Welcome Aries to your in-depth weekly forecast for week commencing the 22nd of April for the Ascendant, the Sun or the Moon. On the screen now I'm showing the event chart right at the start of the week. This gives us a flavour of what you can expect this week, but of course planets will be moving through the week, and the big takeout is that there is a potent full moon on Tuesday. But right at the start of the week, Mars, your ruler, is in such a brilliant link with Jupiter. And when these two are collaborating, it creates a lot of self-belief and a lot of drive. Mars being in the 12th house can be dimmed somewhat. And because you have had Saturn in your 12th house for just over a year, perhaps vague concerns or low vitality have afflicted you at times. But this week, as you start the week, your instincts, past experiences and knowledge can be used in some kind of fresh way when it comes to grappling with your everyday resources. And of course, Uranus is asking or urging us all to be much more open about the way that we can handle this part of life. So that's really encouraging at the start of the week. Also, Mercury may be in retrograde through to Thursday, but it's closely allied to the North Node. Listening to your instincts is going to be important this week. Also, Venus very close to Chiron. If there is something that you have found to be a little bit of a thorny personal issue, someone kindly or insightful could give you some good advice this week, or perhaps it's going to be you who's cheering someone on. But the Sun and Pluto are continuing to clash, which, if you recall, started to develop last week. So as we go into this week, the Sun's asking you really to think about how you can work with that Uranian and Jupiterian energy which crested last week with the conjunction, and find some opportunities to edge forwards, but particularly around everyday money and really valuing what you bring to situations. Pluto can be the planet of power, but in the 11th house, that's about friendships. Is there somebody in your friendship group who tends to be a little bit dismissive of some of the things that you want to try? That is possible, but it's also possible that maybe you're connected to someone who doesn't appreciate you as much as they should do. And there could be a clashing of wills, particularly on Tuesday when we have that intense full moon in Scorpio. Scorpio energy can tend to reveal things because the sign of Scorpio and the moon can be actually quite secretive. But because Pluto's in the mix, this brings an added dimension of tension. So Pluto's T-square in the position of the Sun and the Moon. So something to do with money, shared resources, or where you're most invested emotionally or devoted, even in a romantic or intimate way, something may just chaff. And maybe it's because you and another person want something different from the future. And if this is something that has until now not been really properly aired, because Pluto is in the air sign of Aquarius, it may be important to tease out the secret, the moon in Scorpio. And if you can, by the end of the 2-week full moon period, much greater clarity can come through. And that's going to be helped hugely by Mercury going direct on Thursday in your sign. So something that has perhaps just not quite gone at the pace you want can start to pick up momentum. Thank you so much for joining me, Aries. I hope you have a great week. If you've yet to subscribe to my channel, we have found that 55% of people have yet to do so. If you're one of them, if you could do so now, we'd really appreciate the support this will bring. Please click or tap the bell notification symbol. Every time I drop a video, you will get an alert. If you are used to watching my weekly videos in isolation, so watching Aries on its own from the other videos, we are going to be phasing that out over the next few weeks, and all the weekly videos will be in one drop, coming from the weekly overview. You can see on the screen now, showing what the weekly overviews look like over the last few weeks. and you'll still be able to watch your video in exactly the same format, but just access it from that weekly overview video. So please look out for that. We'll be continuing in a single basis for a few more weeks, but please look out for that overview video.